Welcome to The Miracle You, guiding you on the journey towards finding passion and purpose and how to discover, create, and live a life by your design. Whether your success has been plentiful or your missed opportunities have been overwhelming, we can help you become a more empowered, masterful person and show you how to share your gift with the world. It's time to inspire change from within with the host of The Miracle You, Vince Kramer.
Hello, imagination. I'm Vince Kramer, your host, and welcome to The Miracle You, where you learn about the magic of living your life by finding the example in real life. One thing I really love to bring to the world through our work at Imagine Miracles is the understanding of energy and how it affects our lives, how it affects what we attract into our lives, how it affects what we create and manifest in our lives. Quantum physics is truly a passion and love of mine. And today I'm going to talk with a guest who also does quantum work and understanding how the importance of raising your vibration to a level that allows you to bring your divine intent to the world. It allows you to attract in and create the things that you want in your life and the things that really empower you to live your miracle life, to live the life that you're meant to live. And then also how to deliberately create and attract the relationships in your life that truly help you build, expand, and grow into the person that you're meant to be. I'm with Lisa Sanfilippo today. After 30 years working in healthcare and experiencing professional burnout as a nurse leader, Lisa left and founded the Sanfilippo Institute for Personal Transformation. As an Uplift Your Life transformation coach, a Quantum Success Coaching Academy Law of Attraction certified coach, and RN, she helps women professionals who know they're meant for more manifest unlimited abundance, quantum success, and a life they love. Her mission is to inspire and expand and transform the lives of women in her Uplift Your Life initiative. Her signature coaching program is Uplift Your Life Abundance Blueprint, 5 steps to creating unlimited abundance, quantum success, and a life you love. Lisa, are you ready to share the miracle of you with the imagination?
Oh, Vince, I am so ready. Yes. Thank you so much for having me on here today. This is so exciting because we have a lot in common. So I think this is going to be a really good conversation today.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. I'm so glad to have you here. You know, it's unfortunate because I'd like to bring all these people that I absolutely love into the Miracle You podcast and do them all at once and just release them all at once. Unfortunately, I can't do that. And I'm glad, though, that our schedules were able to line up and we're able to share you with the imagination because you got so much to bring and so much to offer. So thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you so much, Vince. It's my pleasure. It feels like such a blessing to be here today. So thank you so much.
For me, for you, and for the imagination, definitely a blessing. You know, there's not much in your bio, Lisa. Could you share a little bit more about you and what you do with your work?
So I worked in healthcare for over 30 years as a registered nurse. Pretty much, I worked in a hospital setting for over 30 years, and I was working in pretty much every different position that you could imagine in a hospital setting. But if I had to kind of narrow it down to 3 different categories, I initially worked as a staff nurse in critical care. I've done trauma, emergency department, all other areas of the hospital. I spent about 7 years in training and development as an instructor and an internal human performance consultant. And that was very rewarding. And then I spent the last 10 years of my career in nursing leadership, where I had 2 nursing departments, over 100 direct reports. I oversaw, they were 2 critical care departments. So that kind of summarized my healthcare career. And then a couple of years, I chose to leave that to pursue a very long-standing internal passion that I had for personal development. And that led me into starting my business, the Sanfilippo Institute for Personal Transformation. So there, what I do is I offer one-on-one coaching and group coaching and training, basically centered around the principles of the law of attraction and universal energy, and how teaching people how to be a deliberate creator in their life so that they can attract and manifest the life of their dreams.
Awesome. As you know, that just walks hand in hand with the work that Mary and I love to do too. So thank you for bringing that to the world. One thing I would like to ask you is, how did your nursing career and how did the experience from your nursing career translate into the work that you're doing now?
Mm. Well, I think when you work in the field of nursing, it's really about, there's so many facets to nursing in the first place. So there's a science and there's an art to it, but it's really about having the passion of caring for people and helping them, in a hospital setting. It's from taking them from a very acute period of their time to creating health and wellness for them. So it's, taking a passion for helping people, being compassionate and caring and helping to lift them up. So it's in a hospital setting, it's lifting them up so they can be independent and going home, and then translating that to what I do now, but at a different level. So I'm taking all those skills as a nurse, my whole science background, my understanding of, the human being, the physiology of the human being, what's going on with them mentally, physically, emotionally, holistically. And from there, that actually transferred itself into the holistic work that I do now. And I realized from taking that experience to what I do now that, when you're working with the human body and physiology, you're working with the energy of the human body. But what I just did is I just took everything to a whole new level and not only expanded myself and my world and what I can offer. So nurses, at the root of what they do, they're healers. And I'm just taking that work and I'm taking that to the next level of healing and transformation from the inside out, inner transformation, outer transformation for the women that I serve. And I certainly serve men as well, if they're interested in this line of work. But I guess since I'm a woman, I kind of coach people who used to be where I used to be. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of like my ideal clients are who I used to be. Mm-hmm. And so, but I'm certainly open to anybody who is, attracted to this. I'm happy to serve them.
You bet. One of the things that we teach through our Quantum Leap program, and it's based on the Your Unique Purpose formula. And we say that there's 3 real parts to your purpose. And the main point, the last part of it, is your divine intent or your mission. Mm-hmm. And I was going to ask you a question, but you already answered it. So I'm going to kind of back into another question with it. You
Okay.
said that you were healing people as a nurse, and now you're healing people in the work that you're doing right now. And I think that's so important for people to realize, in your mission in life, in your divine intent, you have been constantly living it through your life. And there's absolute evidence of you living your purpose through every part of your life. And now you're bringing it to the healing. What would you say your mission is in healing people through the work that you're doing right now?
Well, if you were to kind of go back to when you did my introduction, and you had part of that is when you introduced me about my Uplift Your Life initiative. And in there is about inspiring, expanding, and transforming. So Uplift Your Life is like a play of words with how you use energy. It's about raising people up. So at an energetic level, how do we raise people up? We do that by helping them to learn how to raise their own vibration and live from that space of love and abundance and peace and gratitude, so that they can, whether it's to heal themselves in mind, body, and spirit, it's all about raising your vibration. And so in my mission, I want to be an inspiration to the world. I want to help raise the collective consciousness of people through raising their vibration and teaching them how to do that. So I want to inspire them to do that. The expand part comes with helping them to expand and grow and become more of who they truly are, who God, Source, our Creator, created them to be. And you know, when we walk around kind of like blindly, not being deliberate creators, not being aware and attuned to who we truly are and who we're supposed to be, it's a very painful place to be in. And when our vibration is low, whether we're in a place of worry or, shame, guilt, feeling hopeless, we're just attracting more of that in our life, and we're attracting disease in our life, and we're attracting all the things that we don't want. And that's where the contrast is coming up. So it's helping them to, like I said, continue to grow and expand and become more who they truly are. And then the transform part comes with learning how to have lifelong transformation that you can sustain, that you have these tools and these techniques that you can always go tap into, tapping into your awareness, tapping into how you're thinking and feeling and how to shift that so that you can live a life to the fullest here in this human experience for as long as that you were here. Now, I'm not sure if I quite answered your question. I know I kind of went on a roll there. So please let me know if there's anything that needs a little more clarification.
No, I think you did answer it. And through that, truly, you're showing that you are healing people at a whole nother level. When you start talking at the quantum level and raising your frequency, every single part of you can't help but be healed as you're raising your frequency and activating your DNA and all the great stuff that raising your vibration does for you. And it really brings you into your true you. So, nope, you answered it perfectly.
Okay.
And thank you very much. Let me ask you this. That's quite a shift from going to the world of nursing into what you're doing now. I mean, you stepped out into the unknown, and there's a lot of fear associated with that. Was there a wake-up call or something that really moved you into this new phase of life?
Oh, absolutely. So I have to kind of go back in time, and then I have to talk about a little bit about my healthcare career. So ever since I could remember, like I'm talking about teenager, I've always had a passion for personal development and wanting to help people show up as their best self, living their best life. And then when I was in nursing, I just kind of applied that also in my nursing career and as a nurse leader and helping my team, to develop and promote my team. However, when you're working in the culture of healthcare, and it wasn't just my hospital, we're talking about an industry, a culture of healthcare. It's very, very demanding. It's very demanding in mind, body, and spirit. Particularly as a critical care nurse, you see a lot of death and dying and human suffering. And then when you move from that into also nursing leadership, where you have a very large span of control, you have 24/7 accountability. The demands are so great, and you have to step up and you have to meet those demands. But I was working 60, 70-hour work weeks. How can you realistically coach over 100 employees that directly report to you? How can you expected to be visible in your units, but also be on meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. And so with all the demands and the demands on my time, and I had an hour commute to and from work each day. So I was literally leaving the house at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning and not getting home until 7, 8 o'clock at night. And sometimes it wasn't until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And you do that for years and it will take its toll on you. So I experienced my own burnout. And for years prior to me ever getting the courage to leave healthcare, I had this, Vince, it's really hard to explain, but right here at the solar plexus area of your body, I always had when I had downtime to think and reflect and kind of go within, it was this overwhelming feeling of that perpetual tap on the shoulder, Lisa, you have already stepped into your purpose and passion in here and your mission. And now, like at the soul level, you're called to do something else, and you need to step into that. And I really struggled with, like, I knew I wanted to do it. I knew I had the potential to do it. I knew I had the talent to do it. But inside of me, when you created this identity as this nurse for 30 years, this thing that I was very, very good at, I knew the role, I was excellent at it. I produced results, when I was, taking care of patients, they loved me. When I was a nurse leader, I, led my team to awards and excellence. So to get the courage to step into your calling, I had to really do a lot of work with my identity. I was the family nurse. I'd been this nurse for years. And so the wake-up call was my burnout. I was tired. I was physically tired. I was mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically tired. I had this internal soul calling that just kept eating at me and trying to come out. And I just, one day I just said, okay, I'm not serving my higher self by continuing to do what I'm doing. I'm not serving this organization by continuing to stay in a position that I'm no longer aligned with, even though I feel so grateful for all the experiences I had there. I can't serve my team and show up as my best self if I'm not in alignment with my truth. And how can I inspire anybody else if I'm not in alignment myself? So I have to be a role model. I have to step into this. I have to get the courage to do whatever it takes. And so that was the wake-up call.
And the world's been blessed because of that wake-up call. One of the things that I want to share with the imagination from what you just said was that you came to a level of awareness where you knew it was time to walk further down your path, further on your journey. And that's something that I want to share with everyone is that's what Lisa does. She helps you find that higher level of awareness, that higher level of consciousness, so you can really make decisions that are based on your higher calling or based on the divine intent that you came here to experience here on earth. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. The other thing that I want to maybe for you to touch on a little bit more, Lisa, is you said that you knew very early on that personal development was important to you, and you kept getting pulled into your life here and there and here and there. Definitely a calling. What do you share with people to help them see that through their lives they've been having their own calling?
So ask your question again.
Yes, you had a calling all through your life. It was actually being pulled into your life all the time. And,
Yep.
and I've experienced too, I've always been pulled back to something. No matter how successful I was or what direction I was going, I always got pulled back to something. And you got pulled back to this personal development in how to help people change their lives. Can you share with people how to possibly see the callings in their lives?
Mm-hmm. Well, I definitely think it requires taking time being with you and being in the silence. So for me, it was, I started meditating. I started the practice of meditation, and it was one more thing I did in my life to help me connect with God, to connect to the divine, to connect with myself, to connect with the soul, and allow it to speak to me and through me. So I think it takes time to be quiet with yourself and go within, and then also tap into the divine and listen. I think another way is, like, when you are doing something that lights you up, that is a sign that you need to pay attention to. So that is really your passion. Like getting on here today, talking to you about this, I feel like I could talk for hours. And I know, and that's how I know, because the way it feels inside, getting people to tap into when you are doing what you love, what your purpose is, what your divine intention is, you will light up and you will feel that vibration internally inside of you. And you need to listen to that. And then then it's about inspired action. So then people and events and opportunities, when I started getting to the law of attraction or getting in alignment with my intentions, all of a sudden you get emails about the very thing that you were thinking about. You see signs, you might be out driving, you'll see a sign or something. So the signs start showing up, and then you just need to know that you have to act almost in blind faith, and just go within your solar plexus, go within your gut, listen to your intuition, and act on those things. Please add based on your experience with regards to that same question.
The interesting thing that I like to share with people is the door into the unknown is a door into darkness only because we've not shined our light in there before. So if you open the door, there's enough light for you to take your first step into the unknown. And then once you take the step in, as you said, the excitement that comes from following your path, from in taking inspired action on what you know and what you are meant to attract into your life. Now you start lighting up that room a little more and a little more and a little more. So if you open the door and you see complete darkness, it's really scary to step into the unknown.
Absolutely.
But when you step in and you bring a little bit of your light into that room and you start lighting up more and more to that room, it becomes easier and easier. And then in my experience, because one of the things that I was afraid of, because that's what I was taught to be afraid of. I was taught to compete all the time. And what I was afraid of is, well, Lisa is teaching the exact same things that I am.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, well, now I have to compete against her. But what I realized was it's not. Surround yourself with like-minded, like-hearted people. Surround yourself with people on the same divine intent. Because one, they're walking the same path, so they may be able to help you take a few steps here or there, but you're going to be able to help them take a few steps too. And then most important is not everybody's going to be attracted to Lisa and her work. Not everybody's going to be attracted to me and my work. But for us to accomplish the mission that we're here to accomplish together, it takes all of us. So I think that was something that really propelled me along my journey into the unknown, is to realize that the people that I wanted to surround myself with was not the people that I thought were going to help me get ahead myself. It was going to help me bring my mission and their mission, which are the same, to the world.
Yes, I love that. And if you don't mind, I'd like to add to that.
Please.
Because I kind of learned the same thing too from my mentor, Christy Whitman. She's a best-selling author, transformational leader. It was her program that I completed to get my certified law of attraction life coaching, and it was called the Quantum Success Coaching Academy. But what she teaches are the seven essential universal laws, which I also teach because I'm one of her, one of her graduate certified coaches. But there is the law of sufficiency and abundance. And what that means that there is no lack. So when you come from a place of competition, you're thinking, okay, we do the same thing. We both are dealing with universal energy and law of attraction and higher realms of consciousness and stuff like that. But there is enough for all of us, because just what you said, they may be attracted to do something that you're offering, even though what we do is similar, and other people are going to be attracted to what I'm offering. But if we really believe in the law of sufficiency, abundance, that there's enough to go around for everybody, and if we don't operate from a place of lack, which would be a place of competition, that there's not enough ideal customers and clients out there for all of us, then that's exactly what we're going to attract: more competition, more lack. But if you operate from a place of abundance, then there's more than enough clients out there for all of us to feel that we're really serving at the highest level. And also being collaborative, we are also creating more synergy to really, like you said, get the mission out there and really help changing lives.
And expand ourselves in the journey, and it's a constant expansion for each and every one of us. Energy is constantly expanding, and we either go with it or we stay behind. So
Yes.
thank you very much. Lisa, our definition of miracle is through an act of love, sharing your gifts and talents with the world so others can share theirs. Could you
hmm
share with us a miracle that you've experienced in your life?
Well, I think, part of my gifts, the miracle of me, I think, is the gifts that I share with other people are, I'm very visionary in seeing the vision for other people and seeing the shining light of possibility for them. But there's one thing I also want to, if it's okay with you, I want to talk about is the miracle that I personally experienced where the gift has been shared with me and what has helped me to grow and expand into who I think, you know, has allowed me to step more into who I'm supposed to be and also sharing my gifts. So it's kind of like a snowball effect. So my son personally struggles with the disease of addiction, and it's been about 16 years. And there have been a lot of ups and downs and roller coasters of relapse and recovery. And it's been a very difficult journey. And it's been a very healing journey. And the miracle that has been provided to me by experiencing that and even attracting that into my life, because I realize that everything is brought to me for my higher good. There's lessons in there, and how am I supposed to grow as a result of that? But by having a loved one who's struggling with such a serious medical condition, it has taught me undeniably unconditional love. It has taught me unwavering faith and trust in God or source or whoever, however you define that. And it has taught me non-judgment and love and compassion. And so by experiencing that miracle, I am now able to take that and also send that out into the world. And I think it's through unconditional love, having faith and having trust and being loving. And I believe those are the virtues and the energy that needs to go out there into the universe to really transform lives. If we operate from that place, we can really make a huge difference in this world.
Nothing happens by mistake. There are no accidents in the quantum world. So thank you for sharing that. And we want to send Mary and I both light and love your way, because we also have a son in the same
Mm.
circumstance, and we understand. So thank you for sharing that. We know how important it is to really bring out how each and everything in our lives is really affecting who we are, and how we share ourselves with the world. So thank you very much.
Oh, you're
Um,
welcome, Vince. I never used to be able to even talk about it. So for me to get on here now publicly and talk about, something that was very painful, but also very healing, has been a big step. But I know it's only going to help others. Thank you for recognizing, acknowledging that. And I certainly want to send love and light back as two people who, know and understand what that experience is like.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Believe it or not, we are running out of time. So I'm going to
Okay.
have to go right to the end. We'll probably be back together because we've got so much to talk about. But I'm trying to keep these right at 35 minutes for the drive time for the imagination. But could you share a piece of parting guidance with us, something that you think everyone on the podcast should know?
I think my parting guidance, and it's going to be directly related to what I do, is um, if you haven't had the opportunity to expand your mind to learn more about either the law of attraction or universal energy and how to deliberately apply that in your life so that you really can attract and manifest and be a deliberate creator, I highly encourage you to find out more information. And there's so many different ways that you can get that information, whether it be out there on the web or buying a book or through events Or, I even invite you, if you want to connect with me, please feel free. I'm more than happy. I'm here to serve, so they can connect with me. I have, they could connect with me via my website, which is lisasanfilippo.net. That's spelled lisasanfilippo.net. Or they can email me at lisasanfilippo.lifecoach@gmail.com. If they go to my website, I have all kinds of free resources, downloadable resources. You just click to the top tab where it says free resources, and be happy to connect with any of your audience members who any of this might resonate with them.
Awesome. Thank you. All that information will be available on Lisa's show page. Just go to themiracleyou.com, look for Lisa's episode, and on the show page, there will be links to every place that she told you can get in contact with her. Lisa, thank you so much for being with me today. It's been a pleasure, and I enjoy sharing a mission with you.
Oh, thank you so much, Vince. It has been a pleasure too, and I would certainly love to come back on. We can continue the conversation. I know you have a full booking, but if you would like to invite me back on, I'd be happy to come back on and speak with your audience.
That sounds awesome. On behalf of Mary, my business partner, and myself, we'd like to wish you a miracle day.
You've completed this episode of The Miracle You, but we have plenty more to help you discover your own personal passion and purpose. Head over to themiracleyou.com for free resources to assist you on your journey, as well as register for our free webinar, Discover Your Miracle Life, 3 Mind Awakening Steps Toward Your Unique Purpose, or apply for a one-on-one Your Life, Your Way breakthrough session and discover your next best step on your journey. All available exclusively on our website. That's themiracleyou.com. We look forward to sharing more experiences of passion, purpose, and life by design next time, right here on The Miracle You.